What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that has just gone live, revealing official information. And oh boy, it's a big one this week, especially if you're getting ready for tomorrow's raid. And so, let's get started. But just before we do, guys, go ahead and skip this ad if you love nose and ear hair bristling out for everyone to see. Oh, everyone's still here? That's because no one likes nose and ear hair. Well, thankfully today's sponsor, Manscaped, can fix that with the Weed Whacker 2.0. So this is going to upgrade over the original version with better cutting blades. It's going to be wireless, rechargeable, skin-safe technology to avoid those cuts, and it can go for 45 minutes straight. You cut down a jungle in that time, alright? And if you have more male grooming needs, Manscaped has updated their toolkit, so the Perfect Package 4.0 and the Performance Package 4.0 now come with the new Weed Whacker. And guys, if you're getting this for someone like your dad or your grandpa, I've seen some of those guys walking around out there. They got jungles in their noses. Your dad was out of control until we gave him the original Weed Whacker. Then you might want to check out the Peak Hygiene Pack. They're going to send you new blades every 3 months to keep on top of that thing. So guys, definitely click the link in the description down below. If you do, you're going to get 20% off your purchase and free international shipping. Absolutely trim that jungle, guys. Get on it. Alright, now first things first, what's been going on in-game this week for Destiny 2? Well, by far the biggest thing is that Bungie dropped a brand new secret exotic mission with the weekly reset, and it awards the all-new Vexcalibur exotic glaive. So guys, if you haven't gone and done this, definitely check out my guide on how to do so. It is linked up above. Super cool mission and a very, very cool weapon, actually. In fact, this might be one of the most powerful glaives we've seen, and I actually did a build video on this, and I would highly recommend checking it out because the YouTube algorithm just killed it immediately. Like, barely anyone saw it, so I think it's a pretty sweet build, getting some synergies out of having essentially a constant overshield. So again, really cool weapon and mission that Bungie released. But moving on from there, guys, to the brand new information within the TWAB. So the biggest news by far is that the brand new Lightfall raid, the Root of Nightmares, is going live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific at the daily reset. And guys, here's what you really need to know. So, first of all, you will need to be at 1780 power to be at the cap for all encounters. So the actual light of the encounters will be higher than 1780, but contest mode will be active, putting you at 20 power below each encounter. So it's kind of like, you know, a legendary difficulty for a certain time period for the raid. Now, that time period is also extremely important. The big difference between Root of Nightmares and past raids is that contest mode will run for 48 hours, so 2 whole days instead of usually just having it for 24 hours. But that does mean you get a whole extra day to get that contest mode completion done and earn the exclusive emblem that comes with it. In addition, if you're not participating but you're watching people on Twitch specifically, there's a couple of emblems that you can earn. The first one is right here, guys. This is going to be for watching the Twitch Rivals stream or a participating partner or affiliate for at least 2 hours between 8:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. And then also there's a second Twitch drop for watching anyone stream Destiny 2 for 2 hours during the first 48 hours, and that's pictured right here. Now, unfortunately, since my daughter was born, your boy is not really prepared for streaming, and I'm sure a baby screaming in the background would not really deliver the user experience, the viewer experience that you guys are looking for, so I don't think I'm going to be streaming, maybe next year. In fact, if you're watching this, the next thing that will go up on my channel, no matter what, whether it's in 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours, is going to be the complete guide for the Root of Nightmares raid. So hope you guys enjoy that and find it helpful when it does come out. In addition, if you do get World's First, the team is going to get this World's First raid belt. And anyone who completes the raid before March 21st will get access to purchase this new Root of Nightmares raid jacket, as well as a pin and so on. However, guys, some extremely important information for anyone looking to participate in this raid. Well, it's what Bungie is disabling. So the following things are going to be disabled for the duration of the Root of Nightmares World's First Race and Contest mode. So Bungie says traits and functionality on the following items will be nullified within the raid with additional negative impacts to power levels if equipped. So don't use these things. If you planned on using them, you're gonna have to redo your build. So in terms of weapons, first of all, the Grand Overture Exotic Machine Gun is being disabled. There was like a glitch with this thing. If you were using it, it would give weapons with explosive payload and so on blinding rounds. In addition, guys, the Fighting Lion Exotic Grenade Launcher is being disabled. That was doing way more damage than normal. The Winterbite Exotic Glaive, a brand new weapon with Lightfall, that is being disabled. Again, it was doing way more damage than normal. Additionally, guys, the Jotun Exotic Fusion Rifle is being disabled. That was getting way more ammo than normal. And lastly, guys, the Hierarchy of Needs Exotic Bow is being disabled. I don't exactly know what was wrong with this, but pretty new, actually just came to the game last season. You can't use that. But we have more things actually in terms of armor and mods. So first of all, the Titan's Ramparts Titan Exotic Gauntlets that let your barricade be shot through, those are being disabled. Additionally, the Thread of Ascent Strand Fragment. So that is going to let you throw a grenade and reload your weapon. What was happening is that with the Hunter aspect specifically, letting you create a tangle where you would grapple and then you could just re-get your grappling hook, it meant that you could use your grapple hook, create a tangle, and then just keep grappling to that same tangle, and it would refund your grappling hook every time, and that meant you'd essentially have infinite reloads. Like, you just grapple on that tangle whenever you want to reload, and it would instantaneously reload your weapon. By the way, this is being disabled across the entire game starting tomorrow as well. And also, guys, the Empowered Finish Armor mod. So this would give you an armor charge when getting a finisher, and what you could do is you could combine this with a special finisher, for example, that used up armor charges when you were getting finishers, and there was a combo there that you could essentially get infinite special ammo. And so hopefully you see, guys, why I don't often cover this stuff, because by the time I make the video, 2 days later, Bungie disables it anyways, and it was completely pointless making builds around it. So that is what you need to know for tomorrow's raid race. Bungie actually even says pay attention to the Bungie Help Twitter account for potentially more things being disabled by tomorrow. But guys, moving on from there, Bungie actually gives us a look at some of the stuff coming in Season of the Deep next season. So they say that there's going to be a new quest in Neomuna during this season, and they say throughout this quest, players will explore the city to learn about the nature of the Veil through Osiris's research and newly uncovered Ishtar Collective data. The brief pursuit will be available to all Lightfall owners and will take place separately from the events of Season of the Deep. As a reward for completing the final step of this quest, you'll gain access to 3 new Strand Aspects, 1 per class, that add even more depth and creativity to your builds, and this is exactly what they did with Stasis. So they revealed the names today. The Titan is getting Flechette Storm, the Hunter is getting Threaded Spectre, and the Warlock is getting the Wanderer. So that is obviously going to be really, really exciting. New aspects can really massively explode the amount of builds available on a particular class, because you're not just getting 1 new aspect. That 1 new aspect can obviously combine with the other 2 aspects to create a bunch of different possibilities. Moving on from there, guys, in addition with Season of the Deep, Bungie says Lightfall owners will also get their hands on a new legendary weapon upon completing this quest. Here's a close-up look at the concept art for now, and boom, this is where it went. And if you're like, what are you talking about? If you look at the original poster art for Lightfall, the Hunter is holding this hand cannon that simply is not in the game right now, but this absolutely matches what that hand cannon looks like, at least in the shape. So that's where that weapon went, is coming next season. But guys, moving on from there, next up we have some important changes to activity dates. So here is what you need to know. Trials of Osiris will now start on March 17th, which is going to be next weekend. Then Iron Banner is going to start on March 21st, and that is the Tuesday after that Trials of Osiris weekend. So essentially they kind of switched places, with Iron Banner starting first on March 14th, and then Trials was pushed back to March 24th. So that's what you need to know. Iron Banner coming a lot sooner than we previously thought. Next up, guys, we got some brand new Prime Gaming rewards. So you can get the Popcorn Exotic Emote, the Bare Bones Exotic Sparrow, the Andromeda Gleaming Exotic Ship, the Defiant Projection, and the Falling Stars emblem, not pictured here. But obviously, if you're a part of Prime Gaming, if you have a Twitch Prime account, all of that stuff, make sure to connect your Bungie account to get that stuff. But guys, before we end the video, there's actually some more information that came outside the TWAB via a brand new hotfix that recently hit the game. So, what you need to know is that firstly, Bungie said they fixed an issue where the Silk Strike's super light attack was doing hidden double damage. They say they've removed the critical strike at the tip of the dart, instead granted the critical strike behavior to the full length of the dart. The damage has been tuned to compensate. Now, importantly, guys, from what I've been seeing on Twitter, this was not really a nerf, and in fact may have been a buff, and the resulting like extra critical damage for the entire length could result in even more damage for this super. Again, at least that's what I've been seeing on Twitter and so on. And another very important fix is that they fixed an issue where element-focused armor mods would deactivate when spawning into an activity or respawning on death. So if you had Void Weapon Channeling and you died, it would actually deactivate. Like your weapons would do less damage, those wouldn't be active, and you'd have to switch your armor and switch back again in order to activate it again. Obviously, that was going to be a huge issue for the raid, but thankfully that has been fixed. Guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.